Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Before we start our lesson, we will begin with reciting surah. The first one will be Surah Al-Fatihah, Surah Taha ayat 1 hingga 5, Surah Al-Insyirah, Surah Al-Kafirun, and then Surah Al-Ikhlas by 3 times. After that, followed by selawat ke atas Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk memenuhi perintah Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk memenuhi hak Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Kita niatkan selawat kita ni untuk mendapat syafaat Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam di akhirat kelak. Dan kita niatkan segala bacaan surah dan selawat kita ni untuk kedua orang tua, keluarga dan seluruh umat Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Kemudian doa sebelum belajar, semoga dengan usaha ini akan membantu pelajar agar mudah memahami dan dibukakan hati para pelajar untuk mencintai ilmu. Okay?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى إلا تذكرة لمن يخشى تنزيلا ممن خلق الأرض والسماوات العلى الرحمن على العرش استوى. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ألم نشرح لك صدرك ووضعنا عنك وزرك الذي أنقض ظهرك ورفعنا لك ذكرك فإن مع العسر يسرا إن مع العسر يسرا فإذا فرغت فانصب وإلى ربك فارغب. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل يا أيها الكافرون لا أعبد ما تعبدون ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد ولا أنا عابد ما عبدتم ولا أنتم عابدون ما أعبد لكم دينكم ولي دين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد.
اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد 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 محمد اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل 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 محمد
Doa sebelum belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma aftah alaina hikmataka wanshur alaina min hazaini rahmatika ya arhamar rahimin. Ya Allah, bukakanlah ke atas kami hikmat-hikmat-Mu dan limpahilah ke atas kami khazanah rahmat-Mu. Wahai yang maha pemurah lagi maha penyayang.
Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Ya Rabbku, lapangkanlah untukku dadaku dan mudahkanlah untukku urusanku dan lepaskanlah kekakuan dari lidahku, supaya mereka mengerti perkataanku.
Amin.
Amin, amin, amin. Ya Rabbal Alamin. In this session, we will still discuss about algebra, but with topic solving linear equations. Okay, so can you please get ready with your notes, page 52 until 55, and your worksheet, page 51 until 55. In this session, we will cover 3 subtopics. The first one is about evaluating simple algebraic linear expression. Although the big topic here is solving linear equation, but for the first part, 1.8.1, it's about evaluating linear expression. Okay, and the second one, 1.8.2, it's about solving simple linear equation. And the last one, 1.8.3, it's about solving word problems. Now, let's start with 1.8.1, evaluating simple algebraic linear expressions. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to evaluate simple algebraic linear expressions arising from practical context, including mathematical and scientific formula by substitutions. Okay, and substitutions means change. Okay, now steps to success that you need to copy down in your notes. The first one, change the variable with given number, and the second one, solve and simplify the algebraic expression. To evaluate an algebraic expression means to find the value of the expression when the variable is replaced by a given number. And usually for evaluation type of questions, you are given the value for the variable. Okay, and how to evaluate? substitute, change the given number for the variables, simplify the expression. Okay, so here the words evaluate means find the value of. Moving on with example 1, if a equal to 1 and b equal to -2, evaluate the following. Right? For part A, you are given to a plus 5. So, this a you need to change with 1. Okay? 1 is the given number for a. Alright? So, it will become like this. 2 bracket 1 plus 5. Okay? And we know that if we put bracket here, it means multiply. Okay? So, 2 times 1 will give you 2 plus 5, and that is how you got 7. And the answer is 7. Alright? And for part B, I will give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now, so here we need to change A into 1 and B into -2, like this. Alright, so 3 times 1 will give you 3, and be careful here, we meet plus with minus, so it will become minus. Alright, so 3 plus bracket -4, I keep that negative first here, and then 3 minus 4, as I explained just now, plus meet with minus, the rule will be minus. So 3 minus 4, the answer is -1. Why -1? Because 4 is larger than 3, therefore we need to follow the unit, the sign for larger value. That is how the answer is -1. Part C, 2a squared minus 5b plus 10. I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now we substitute a equal to 1, b equal to -2, and then you will have this expression, and then we settle with 1 square first. 1 square will be 1, so 2 times 1 will give you 2, minus, I keep the value in bracket first because we haven't settled for this negative. Okay, so 5 times -2 will give you -10 plus 10, and then minus meet with minus, the action will be plus, and then you will get this to plus 10 plus 10, and that is how you got 22. Therefore your final answer is 22. Next, part D. I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now we change A into 1 and B into -2, so it will become like this. We settle first this 2 times -2, and then it should be like this, 1 divided by -4, -5. And recall your rules of integers. Negative meet with negative, your action will be plus and your answer remain negative. Okay, so you will get this 1 out of -9, or you can put that negative at the middle like this, so -1 out of 9, and your final answer will be -1 out of 9, or 1 out of -9. Next, we move to example 2. The formula F equal to 9 out of 5 C plus 32 converts temperatures in degrees Celsius to degrees Fahrenheit. So you need to find F if C is 25 degrees Celsius. So C is given here. You need to substitute C. You need to substitute 25 into that C. And how are you going to find that F? I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now. So the formula given is F equal to 9 out of 5C plus 32. So you need to substitute that 25 into C. It will become like this. And just use bracket here. And then you can cancel out 5 and 25. So 5 become 1. 25 become 5. So 9 times 5 is 45. Plus 32, and your final answer is 77. Alright? Next, page 53, example 3. Farzana spent $C to buy M calculators and N books. A calculator costs $20 and a book costs $8. The first one, you need to find the algebra expression. So you need to recall how you're going to construct algebra expressions for calculating C. And then for part B, find C if M equal to 8. And here M is given and N is given, okay? M equal to 8 and N equal to 10. So how are you going to deal with these questions? I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now, so find the algebraic expressions for calculating C. So, M calculator, total number of calculator, and N books means total number of books, alright? And then, solution, C equal to 20M because one calculator is $20. So, M calculator, that means the value for the number of calculator is unknown, so M, right? And a book costs $8 and the total number of books is unknown, and N is representing that total number of books. Therefore, C equal to 20M plus 8N. 20M plus 8N will be the algebraic expressions for calculating C. And for part B, M and N is given. Okay. So here the answer is C equal to 20M plus 8N. Your final answer, you must always write. Okay. You must always write your final answer. That is very important. Now move to B. For part B, M is given, N is given. So you just need to substitute that M. Just substitute that N. You don't have to build up the expression once again. Okay. So 20 times 8, and here 8 times 10, and will give you 160 plus 80, and the answer is 240. Okay, therefore your final answer is 240. Now let's move to 1.8.2, solving simple linear equation. Please focus, it's not that difficult, but you need to be careful. Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to solve simple linear equations, integers, coefficients, and constants, unknown on one side only, arising from practical situation using an appropriate method. So we need to solve that linear equation. And our steps to success. First, simplify each side of the equation as much as possible. By now, you should know what is equation. You should able to define what is equation. Okay? Recall your previous vocabulary algebra. The second one, collect all the variable terms on one side and constant on the other side. So usually in maths, we put the unknown, the variable terms, the unknown, on your left hand side, okay? And the constant will be on your right hand side. Next, make the coefficients of the variable term equal to 1. You need to make sure the coefficient for the variable is 1. Okay? If the variable is negative, still you need to remove that negative to make that coefficients of variable become 1. And last one, solve the equation to get the value of the variable. At the end of the day, your answer must be a value. Now, equation is a balance of two expressions that are equal in value, and it will have an equal sign. So like this, we have equal sign here. So we must have two expressions, one on your left and one on your right. Okay, so our task here, we need to simplify the expression to get the value for the unknown variables. Okay, so when we talk about equal sign, that means it must be exactly equal. All right, and if you imagine as our seesaw here, we put a seesaw here like this, and it must be balanced like this. Okay, that is why when you remove something on your left hand side, you must remove the same thing on your right hand side. Okay. If you add something on your left hand side, you must add also that something on your right hand side to keep balance. That is the real concept of equation. Okay. The value for the left hand side and also the value for right hand side, they must be equal. Okay, and then what is linear equation? When we talk about linear means we only have power of 1. Linear means we only have the highest power equal to 1. That is the hint for linear, like here. Okay, x and the power is 1. Alright, and a shouldn't be 0, and here is the basic forms of equation. Okay, where a, b, and c are real number. When we say real numbers, they are just values. Alright, real numbers means values. And okay, yes. Now, example 4, solve the following for part A. X minus 3 equal to 9. So, whatever value that disturb this x area, this variable area, you need to take them out. Okay? So, how are we going to take this negative 3 out? We need to make it 0. So, how to make it 0? Plus with 3. Okay, like this. So if you plus 3 on your left hand side, so you need to plus 3 also in your right hand side to keep balance. Okay, so we move like this. So now we have x equal to 12. Right, so x equal to 12. Right? And remember, for equation, the basic for equation is to keep balance. But I experienced that most students will do like this. Okay? Most students will do like this. It's okay, you can carry on, but your mindset, your definitions for equation must be correct. We are not transferring this negative 3 to the other side. We are not transferring. We are removing. Okay? I will I will still okay if the student put sign like this. Okay, it's okay. But remember, when you explain to the others, we are not transferring. Okay, we are not transferring negative 3 to the other side. We are removing. And how we remove? By make them 0. Therefore, negative 3 plus 3 will give you 0. When we plus 3 on your left hand side, you must plus 3 also on your right hand side. Therefore, you will get 12. Okay, so by now you should able to explain the correct definitions for equation. For part B, x plus 4 equal to 14. So I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now here we have x plus 4 equal to 14, and on x side we have plus 4. So we need to remove this plus 4 from this variable side. How? Make it 0 by minus 4. Okay, put minus 4 both sides like this. That means 4 minus 4 become 0, and x will equal to 10. Therefore, the answer for this part B will be 10, like that. Part C, 3x equal to 15. So how are you going to remove this 3 and how are you going to find out this x? I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now here means is 3 times x. So how are you going to remove this 3 from x? You divide both sides by 3 like this. Okay, so we cancel out, become 1, and 15 become 5, 3 here become 1. So here we have coefficient 1 already for your variable of x. Therefore, we settle with x and x equal to 5. The final answer is x equal to 5. Next, part D, x divided by 2 equal to 6. So your task is you need to remove these 2 from x. How? I give you 1 minute to try. So to remove that 2, we multiply both sides by 2. Okay, so we cancel out and then x equal to 12. 6 times 2 is 12. Therefore, x equal to 12. Next, example 5. Solve the following. For part A, I will explain part A for you. Alright, for part A, we have 2x minus 5 equal to negative 3. And here you can see that we have two values that we need to remove from x part. Okay, so first step, you need to remove the one here first. Okay, and how to remove this negative 5? We make it 0 by plus 5. And you need to add both sides by 5. Okay, and then we remove, become 2x equal to 2. Be careful, minus meet with plus become minus, and we follow the sign of bigger value. That is why your 2 is positive here. And then from here back to previous example, you just need to divide both sides by 2 to make the coefficient for x equal to 1. So divide by 2 and the coefficient of x already become 1. Therefore, x equal to 1. And the final answer is 1. Okay, clear? Now, I will let you try this B first. I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now, as you can see here, we have x here and we have negative 3x here. So they are like terms. Okay, we simplify first these like terms. So x minus 3x will become minus 2x, and we just carry that 4 downwards, okay, like this. Okay, they are like terms, so negative 2x plus 4, and then we remove this plus 4 first. How? We subtract both sides by 4, and then cancel out, become negative 2x equal to 6, and we remove this negative 2 from x because we want the coefficient for x become only 1. Okay, so remove both sides by negative 2, cancel out, and your x equal to negative 3. Okay, x equal to negative 3. Next, part C, 4x plus 15 equal to 2x plus 5. So, you put the variable, the x, on your left hand side and the constant on your right hand side. Okay, I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now, so group the like terms and solve. For x minus 2x equal to 5 minus 15. So from here, we remove negative 2x here, okay, and we group them into left hand side part, okay. That is why become here minus 2x, and here we remove this plus 15. That is why here we become negative 15. Okay, and then we simplify, we come to x equal to negative 10, and then get rid of that 2 by dividing by 2, and therefore your final answer is negative 5. Okay, don't forget that negative. The answer is negative 5. Okay, and now for part B, we have 4 bracket x plus 2 equal to 15, and this is the involvement of expansion. Okay, please recall your expansion, and I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now solution, you expand and solve. So for x plus 8 equal to 15, remove that plus 8 by subtracting both sides by 8, and then left with for x equal to 7, so x equal to 7 out of 4, and we change it into we change it into mixed number, and your final answer is 1 3 out of 4. Okay, now for part A, we have double expansions. We have 2 bracket x minus 5 minus bracket x plus 4 equal to 2. So how are you going to solve this equation? I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, we expand first, and remember, if we don't have any value like this, and it always be 1. Okay, it always be 1 here. All right, so we expand and we group the like terms, and then we solve. Right, so we expand here and we expand this. So be careful with the sign. 2 times x is 2x minus 2 times 5 is 10. Here minus 1 times x is minus x. You don't have to put that one. Okay, and be careful here, we have minus and we have plus, so we need to minus. Okay, we need to minus, that is why minus here. 4 equal to 2, and then we identify all the like terms and we group them. Okay, we group all the like terms, so we have 2x and we have x terms and also value terms, and then we group them, become like this: 2x minus x minus 10 minus 4 equal to 2. We simplify first the left hand side here. We simplify, so 2x minus x become x, and then minus 10 minus 4. The action is plus, but the answer remain minus. And then if you can see here, in front of 10 is negative. Therefore, the sign here is minus. Okay, so x minus 14 equal to 2. And then we need to remove this minus 14 from x side by adding both sides by 14 like this. Okay, so x equal to 16. So far so good. All right. Now for part F, here we have fraction. So you still use the basic for fraction. Okay, we still need to apply the basic of fractions. So how are you going to solve these equations for part F? I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now solution: make the denominator equal, remove 8 out of 15, and then we solve. Okay, so here right, so x equal to 15. Okay, how to remove that 8 out of 15 here? So we multiply with 15 out of 8 to make it 1, and then leave with x equal to 15. Okay, and the answer is 15. Moving on with part G, half bracket x plus 1 equal to 5. 1 minute to try. Okay, so we expand half x plus half equal to 5, and then we remove that half first. So minus half, both sides we minus half, so leave with half x equal to 10 minus 1 divided by 2. You should know how I get this. Okay, so half x equal to 9 out of 2. And how are we going to remove that half? We multiply by 2. Okay, so cancel out, x become, x equal to 1. Okay, x equal to 1, and then 9 times 1 equal to 9. Therefore, the final answer is 9. Okay, for part H, same things, same method, same steps like G. So I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now we expand. So become like this, all right? And then we remove that 21 here. We remove this 21, so it become 3 out of 2x equal to negative 16. Be careful with negative. And then how are you going to remove this 3 out of 2? Multiply by 2 out of 3 like that. Okay, so cancel out, become 1. And the other side, negative 16 times 2 out of 3. And then we got negative 32 out of 3, and we change it into mixed number. It will become negative 10 2 out of 3. Therefore, your final answer is negative 10 2 out of 3. Now, we move to the final subtopic 1.8.3, solving word problems. Okay? Learning objectives. At the end of the lesson, students should be able to Solve what problems that involve constructing and solving simple linear algebra expression and equation. So here for this solving what problems, you're constructing algebra expression and also solving simple equation, linear equations combined together. Okay, so you need to read the questions carefully. And steps to success. The first one, construct the linear equations from the given statement and then solve the word problem. Now let's proceed with example 6. A rectangle has length 5x plus 3 and breadth 4x minus 2. Find its dimensions if its perimeter is 38 unit. Dimensions here means the rectangles, length and breadth. Okay, I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now. So perimeter is 38 and the length is 5x plus 3 and the breadth is 4x minus 2. So both sides are equal and the both sides here are equal. Okay, so step 1, we have 5x plus 3, two set, okay? We have two of them, 5x plus 3 here and 5x plus 3 here. So I multiply by 2. Plus 2, we repeat here both for x minus 2 and then equal to perimeter. And then perimeter is given 38. And then you expand this one. 2 times 5x become 10x. 2 times 3 becomes 6. 2 times 4x become 8x. Minus, be careful, plus and minus become minus. Minus 2 times 2 is 4. And then we simplify your left hand side here. We group them with their terms, like terms. So 10x plus 8x plus 6 minus 4 equal to 38. Okay, and then 18x plus 2 equal to 38. Why plus? Because 6 is bigger than 4. Therefore, we follow the sign for bigger value. And then we remove this plus 2 from the x side. It becomes 38 minus 2. You should know by now why I put negative 2 here. Okay, we simplify. Then we have 18x equal to 36. We remove this 18. Why? Because for solving equation, we must make sure the variable and the coefficient for this variable is 1. So we need to remove everything. Although we have negative, we need to remove. We need to make the coefficient for this variable equal to 1. Okay, so remove 18. That is how you got x equal to 2. And then when x equal to 2, so you need to substitute this x into your length, also into your breadth. So step 2, the two dimensions of rectangles are length and breadth. So find the length and breadth. Just use the expression given here. But you need to change that x into 2 because you already know the value for 2. You already know the value for x. So 5 bracket 2 plus 3 and then 10 plus 3, that is how you got 13. For your breadth, so for x minus 2, we substitute 2 into this x. So add minus 2 and the answer is 6. Therefore, your length is 13 and your breadth is 6. Okay, last example before we stop. Example 7. Shuhada is 6 km lighter than Yura. Their total mass is 76 kg. Find the mass of each person. How are you going to do this? I give you 1 minute to try. Okay, now solution. Let X be Shuhada's mass. So Shuhada is 6 km lighter than Yura. So Shuhada is X. And then Yura is plus 6 here. Okay, the total mass is 76. So we construct the equation. Find the mass of each person. So x plus 6 equal to 76. So we get 2x plus 6 equal to 76. Again, repeat the same step. We remove that plus 6, become minus 6 here. So how you get to 2x equal to 76 minus 6. So 2x equal to 70. So x equal to 70 out of 2 and x equal to 35. And that is not yet final because question asks you about Shuhada and mass and also Yura mass. Okay, so you need to substitute this x equal to 35 into the expression. Okay. So Shuhada mass is 35x, right? So 35, Yura mass is x plus 6. So 35 plus 6 is 41. Therefore, your final answer is 35 and 41. Alright, that is all for this session. Please complete your notes and your worksheet. As usual, we end our session by reciting doa. Okay, by reciting doa. Thank you so much and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Doa selepas belajar. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahumma inni astaudi'uka ma 'allamtani fardudhu ilayya inda hajati ilaihi wala tansani ya rabbal alamin. Ya Allah, sesungguhnya aku menitipkan padamu ilmu-ilmu yang telah engkau ajarkan kepadaku dan kembalikanlah kepadaku sewaktu aku memerlukannya kembali. Dan janganlah engkau lupakan aku kepada ilmu itu, wahai Tuhan yang memiliki semesta alam. Amin.